was the right hand. Inoue just landed on Kim. What a fighter Naoya Inoue is. I love him. Throwback fighter. The IQ, the shot selection, the figuring out the distance, getting his range in the first round, and then getting him out there in the fourth round. Fair play to Kim, right? I'm going to give a shout out to Kim first and foremost. He was starting to throw back, and the end of round 2, 3, and then 4, he was thrown back. He was trying to bring it a fight. He was waving Inoue on, but fair play to him. 10 days notice, fair play. But one thing you shouldn't do with Inoue is invite him forward. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. But Inoue is that guy, man. He's an absolute monster. That super bantamweight division is completed. He's done it. Apart from Akhmadaliev, who else is there? Casemiro. Who else is in that super bantamweight division at the top of my head? Apart from them, like, there's nobody there for Inoue. I mean, look what he does to these guys. He's making every single fight look easy, destructive. So is the only sort of logical way forward now for Inoue to get a test, to be tested? Is it to step up to featherweight? Is it to fight guys like Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa, Angelo Leo, what was his name, the boy that beat Robsy Ramirez? Is it Espinoza? Like, he's 6 foot. Inoue's 5'5". I mean, these sort of, to navigate those different sort of style of fighters that are bigger, stronger, can Inoue do it? Usyk does it. Usyk gives away 3-4 inches. He gives away 20 pounds in weight, and he's done it. So size doesn't matter, but it tests you a little bit more. So does Inoue need to go up the featherweight division to be tested? I think so. I think he's just I think the super bantamweight division's done. I think he's completed it. I mean, you could probably argue the Akhmadaliev fight I'd get up for, I'd be excited about, and he talked about the fight happening he's fighting in the spring in Las Vegas, and then Saudi Arabia, October time, maybe the opening of Riyadh season. So he's fighting in Las Vegas in the spring. Could that be Akhmadaliev? Could it be Casemiro? Could it be somebody else? Who knows? But I think I can see him fighting a super bantamweight one more time, and then I can actually see him going up to featherweight, and I can see him fighting Nick Ball. Because of Nick has fought twice in Riyadh season. I knew he signed a deal with Riyadh season and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. So he's fighting in Riyadh season, come maybe October, November time, let's say. Turki Al-Sheikh has said that he wants to see that fight with Nick Ball and Inoue. I think that fight really excites me. I think if you're trying to... It's just like two trains colliding. Boom! Inoue and Nick Ball. Inoue will have the height advantage, believe it or not, against Nick Ball. I think Nick's only, 5'3", 5'4". But he's tenacious. He comes forward. He doesn't know how to take a backward step. He's kind of like Inoue in a similar way. Maybe just lacks a little bit of pop, snapping his shots. That one punch concussive power, Nick Ball. But he'll be there. And he will give Inoue a test. So will Brandon Figueroa. So will maybe, suppose, Angelo Leo. And Rafael Espinoza, because I think he's 6 foot at featherweight, if I'm not mistaken. If you can correct me on that. So yeah, it's for me, the next logical step for Inoue is probably have that fight in Las Vegas, another one at super bantamweight, and then why don't you go and test yourself at featherweight? Why not? I know there's 4 pounds of a difference, and I've spoke to somebody in the comments there, referenced this, but why not? Why not? I think that's the only way he's going to get tested. Look at the way he's dismantling these bantamweights. He's dismantling them with ease. Come on now. I mean, look at that right hand. Boom. Flush down the pipe. It's just a thing of beauty. And what I liked about Inoue is in that fight against Kim there, the first round you seen him just pulling out the jab, and in the second round, beginning of the second round, he's sort of touching with the jab, just get his range, and then he was missing with the right hook to the body, but he was like, I'm getting my range, I'm getting there. And when he gets there, the third and fourth round, when he started rounding that right hand, I mean, for any young boxer out there, he is the epitome of just having that little bit of patience, just downloading that data. The first round, he's toying with him, seeing what he's got to offer. Second round, same thing. Then he tries to throw the right hand, then he throws the right hand in, right? Then he's like, right, I'm almost there. Right? And then the third round, he's like, I've got it. Do you know what I mean? He's when you're trying to think of a weakness for Inoue, it's hard to find one. It really is hard to find one. I mean, I know he got dropped by Neri, but look what he done after that. It's almost like you just pissed him off. So it's like, it's hard, man. As a coach, how would you look at a fighter like Inoue for your fighter and how to game plan against him? I mean, it's almost like just fight fire with fire and hope for the best. I mean, to try and outbox him, it's hard because he's got great boxing IQ. He's got that front foot, so he tires you out because he's always throwing them body shots and they're whipping in, and he punches your arms, he punches your elbow, your shoulders, your elbows, your hips. He punches everything, which just softens you up, and then he goes for the finish. So, I mean, is the game plan for Inoue is just fight fire with fire and hope for the best? Maybe, maybe why not? I mean, I know it's probably I don't want to say the word, but you know what I'm thinking of because I'll probably do something. It'll get flagged on this on YouTube. It's if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's. I think that maybe going up to featherweight and being tested, and like I said, fighting fire with fire, like I'm trying to say here, is the game plan going forward for to facing Inoue, and that's exactly what Nick Ball would do. He would fight fire with fire. The way Nick Ball fights, he's tenacious, he's front forward, and he comes at you. I find it very hard to not picture a firefight in that one. And being that it is 4 pounds heavier, Nick Ball is stocky, solid, very, very thick. I've not seen Nick Ball hurt yet, which is yeah, I can't recall him being hurt. So that's the fight I'm excited about, and that's the fight I think I would like to see. And Turki Al Sheikh, His Excellency, has said that himself. So let me know what you think. I think one more fight at Super Bantamweight in Las Vegas, then in Saudi Arabia, end of this 2025, is and go and fight at a featherweight division. I think that makes sense. I think for me, that's the way forward for Inoue. I'm going live tonight, guys. We can talk about this. I'm going live tonight at 7 p.m. So if you're interested, then jump on my live. I'll bring you in on the screen and we can talk about anything boxing related, anything you want to talk about, and I'll try and answer questions and whatnot. So let me know if you're interested in my live tonight. That's going to be 7 p.m. And I suppose the question I'm going to ask, I always pin a comment question in my comment section. I always pin a comment which is me with a question. Do you think Naoya Inoue needs to step up to featherweight now? I think he's just too dangerous to bantamweight. Dismantles him. I think featherweight division is the way going forward. Riyadh season, October, Nick Ball. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know what to do. Leave a comment.